Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today we're going to be going back into the Weald, leveling up some of our apprentice heroes, and if there's time this episode, if not next episode, probably the last of the apprentices I will be doing. Goal being getting Baldwin and Whitlock next episode to veteran levels, and everyone this run getting to veteran levels. So there might be a few mini-bosses in this one. The thing from the stars might be here. I really hope he's not. I really don't like fighting him, but we have a group that might be able to take him out. So we have McBain the Ripperkin with Rip and Tear, mainly doing the debuffs here. If we go into Bloodlust, it does damage versus bleeding. Blood is fuel for good damage and extra bleeding. Bloody Gust for less damage, but AoE and one of her better bleeding damage moves. And then Rev Up for an extra action and trade for like half her max HP as a debuff. Then we have the Nokogiri again, because that's one of the 2 trinkets I actually have for her, just to actually show you here. I guess I have 3. I have the Nokogiri, the Pristine Bearing, which is just plus dodge, plus speed, minus stun resistance, and the Rider's Headpiece, which is plus bleeding resistance, plus protection, minus accuracy. So this is really the only damaging trinket I have, which I prefer to go towards damaging trinkets. So this gives her plus 5 accuracy, plus 20% damage if she's in normal or bloodlust mode, and minus 20% damage if she's in sated mode. I'm then throwing on the Bonesaw, the Mimic trinket. You get this by beating the Mimic and just getting it as a random drop. So this gives her plus 25% damage if she's attacking anything that's bleeding. Her and one other hero in this team can do bleeding. And then on melee hit, which all of her attacks are, she'll do a bleed 1 for 3 rounds. So I mean, even if she does Rip and Tear, which doesn't have a bleed on it, she'll bleed just because of the Bonesaw. We're then gonna have Bilmus, who I've been kind of liking having Concussive Shot. I am actually gonna trade out Burst though, just for protection detail, and see how that works. So we're gonna have Concussive Shot, doing less damage to rows 1 and 2, moderate damage, but still minus damage to rows 3 and 4. It has a knockback and will debuff them for minus damage. Backport Nature for more damage to the front rows. Also gives him a riposte and damage reflection. Eagle's Eye, so plus accuracy, plus damage, and gives him and his target a ignore stealth. And then I'm gonna try the protection detail thing, which should help out with the riposte as well. So it gives him a protection and plus dodge, minus crits received, and a free movement action. Then we have the spiked skull cap, so he does plus crit versus bleeding. On crit, he will bleed 2 for 3 rounds. On being hit, he will bleed 2 for 3 rounds, bleed his target. And then on crit, he has a chance to give himself a disease. It just is what it is. We'll see how much that actually happens. Then we have the Murderer's Mark as well, so Raptorial Nature will get plus 10 accuracy, plus 20% damage. This gives Burst, which I just took off, a minus 25% damage, and then on riposte hit, he'll give himself a 10% damage buff. We're going to have Varsh again with Confusion Spores to shuffle targets and minus their accuracy. Hopefully that helps us mitigate some damage. Defensive Traps for riposte. We also have the Serrated Jaws on him, so his riposte actually bleeds the target. So because it is level 3, this has a 130% bleed chance and plus 36 bleed amount, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out on the bleed, but we'll find out. I'm guessing it's going to be a 5 bleed, but I'm not entirely sure there. And then we have Skin Prey just for the money once again, also actually ups his healing done. And then we have Medicinal Spores, which buffs targets blight resistance and heals. And then of course Samuel once again, just mark weak point to up crits and damage received, also marks them, but I don't have anyone that takes advantage of mark right now. I could, but didn't put on the skill. Jugular Shot, so bypassing stealth, bleeding 2 for 3 rounds, only has an 80% bleed chance before I add anything else in though, but it does have plus 50% bleed chance versus marked and 200 bleed amount versus marked, so instead of a 2 it goes to a 6 before anything else. Then we have Blinding Knife, so 2 bleed for 3 rounds, plus crit versus marked, lowering their accuracy. Guide Attack, clearing stun, plus 4 damage, plus 50 accuracy, 12 crit, and ignoring stealth. Then we have Murder Humanity, so plus bleed duration versus marked, plus bleed amount versus bleeding, plus bleed chance versus bleeding. So in total, if I were to hit something that was bleeding and marked with Jugular Shot, I think this gets up to a 6, or no, so it goes from a 2 to a 6, and then I think it goes to an 8. I don't think it's from a 6 to a 12, but that's 8 bleed just from one jugular shot, which is insane. And then we have the Whip of Domination, so he does extra damage versus bleeding, extra bleed chance, so that's going to help jugular shot bleed even more, extra bleed duration, and then minus bleed resistance, and he also has minus max HP. So that's the plan. We're going to see how this works. Hopefully it goes all right. We'll see. And hopefully everything's all right. I think everyone has everything I need on them. I'm just double checking. I also needed to level up protection detail, so we're going to do that quick. And then we'll be off. I'm also going to try to fight the Basilisk. Actually, this time, we'll see if that actually works. I know last time I got sidetracked by the Banshee and my Heath got kicked in, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Then we're gonna bring Kraken ribbons for everyone. I'm actually running out of Kraken ribbons, believe it or not. I'm down to 15 after I use these. We're gonna bring training ribbons just because accuracy reasons. I only need like 2. And then we're gonna bring 2 Anathenums for the debuffs, and we'll call it that. Alright, Kraken ribbons, everyone gets resolve experience and virtue chance. Training ribbon was 1 for Wamita, I believe. That way she gets extra accuracy, because if you look here, I guess she doesn't have the worst accuracy. But 1 was for the Arbiter, and Samuel has good accuracy, so. And then the Anathenum was for Varsh and Samuel. I really don't like this split. We're going to go left first. We're going to hit the torch. That way we have a chance at the Basilisk, like I had mentioned.
Watch your step.
Oh, that's not good. Defensive traps on McBain. We're gonna move back by 3, that way we can do stuff with her. Eagle Eye for the accuracy. And Raptorial to hit the doggo. That way we have 2 riposts going. Bleed for 4, alright. 1 down.
Give them no quarter.
No corpses from doggos. Say hello to my little friend.
Back to the pit.
He was hungry. And I think that's doggo down.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Moving on along. Really, I didn't scout that trap.
Hazards possessed by evil intent.
I really should have brought like the Ancestors map or something. I was kind of expecting Samuel to be scouting here, so that was kind of the thought process there. Hello, hello, goodbye, goodbye. Let's doggo down. We're just gonna heal that up.
Surgical precision.
And we're going to Raptorial, the one that's not bleeding.
Executed with impunity.
And then we're gonna jugular shot the one that's not going down the stern.
Formation is
And then
maintain the offensive.
trap fights are not the worst. They don't spawn a lot of stuff.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I'm trying to manage the torch just because I'm trying to keep it below 50. But I also don't want it below 25. Alright, let's bleed the Shriekling, because I don't like it. Oh, that was the wrong move. Oh, we'll get it next time. Defensive traps on McBain. Hello. Oh, bloody gust, you two. I think one goes down to bleed. The other's still gonna be around with 1 whole health. Eagle Eye, get our riposte up by hitting the Rabid Gnasher in front. It goes down. And then we basically have the Shriekling left.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Ooh. That's chance. Maya stress relief received, and I think he has a chance to stress himself out. Can't really do much, so we're gonna top health up. And survey says no parasite.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
There's a secret door up there, so I have to keep my keys. That's just for sure. Gonna bleed the nymphs. Summon up this. It's bleeding for 4. If I bloody gust, I'll hit this one and it definitely goes down, and then a good chance the nymph and 2 goes down. Alright, cool. I suppose put up the defensive trap just in case. Good chance to take this nymph out now. Then
unforgiving.
I don't see anything really happening, but
inspiration and improvement.
Kinda wish it would attacked, and then I would have had a good chance of taking it out.
Be gone, fiend.
So I've been kind of debating, like, on my next estate,
Nature herself
just not putting on the Koala's creature collection.
With misintent.
So I'm noticing a lot of the modded monsters I like aren't necessarily in Koala's creature collection, and a lot of the ones that I find more... There are a few ones I like. Like, more of the enemies in the cove are the ones I like. And I kind of like the Terror Tooth, for example, in the on the runes. And then I haven't fought them in how long, but the Fleshlings weren't bad. But a lot of the ones in the Weald are kind of eh. And just make the fights a lot longer.
This is how a life is taken.
Like the Shrieklings can spawn, of course, the parasites. And I think can actually call extra stuff. The nymphs actually aren't from Koala's creature collection, but
annihilated.
But it's one of those mods that I was wondering, like, would I enjoy the game more without it? I don't know. I'd actually have to look at all of the creatures actually in it. Because the beholders are ones that are in there too. And some, I like them for a time, and then I need a break from them, and half the time that I want to break from them, they're still in there. I'm trying to think what else is kind of there. But, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, while I feel kind of weird about the mod. I like it and I don't like it. Recently. Oh, here's the Dule tree. And a lot of the bosses that I would really like to fight. No. Koala's creature... only bosses from Koala's creature collection that I recall are like the Shriekling's Nest and things like that, which is a boss fight I actually do not enjoy all too much. That's a fight that seems to drag on a lot just because it's guarded by the Shrieklings. Unless you can like burst them down or AoE. That's right, I gotta use one like that. Get the Raptorial up first.
Devastating blow. Impressive.
Oh, I didn't mean to pass. I meant to hit click beat the beast. Ah well. One action won't kill me.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
Dodging is always an alternative, he says. How much are we gonna bleed it for? Bleeding for 16. And then we can blood his fuel. Hey bear. Wanna say hi to everyone?
The bigger the beast,
And the dual tree bled out.
the greater the glory.
So I'm not sure if I've said this before, because I always used to find the dual tree bleeding kind of a odd thing. But they actually did explain why the dual tree can bleed. And while I still find it odd, it is explained now. It's not actually blood. It is sap. Once again, coming back for that. And we'll go down. Hey, brigands. Mew mew to you too, bear. Get our repose up, we'll feed our beast. We're gonna bloody gust him, get the Firemouth bleeding, he bleeds out. Gonna eagle eye on McBain. Before we Raptorial Nature the Hatchetman down. And that's 2 of them down. Yes, hi bear.
Death by inches.
She keeps scratching at me because she wants to play. And then we're gonna Blinding Knife the Firemouth because they're the most deadly to me. Low blow mark. No, I thought low blow would mark. It's a debuff and a bleed. Okay. Blood is fuel. You know what I just realized? I haven't been doing Skin Prey. I don't know if it's been available, but Skin Prey. Not that I have the room for it.
Mount. So
But Skin Prey.
Resistance.
Yikes, I do not have the room for this. I'm gonna camp in that room. That should help things. Default order. Hey, the Coven. One moment. Escort cat to food and water again. Alright. Get the traps up. How'd that work for you, buddy? 4 bleed. Eagle eye on McBain. We'll get the Raptorial Nature for the riposte going. And the Reflection, that's always good. And then we can just Bloody Gust. He'll take care of one of the Coven rogues. Get the other bleeding. We can Jugular Shot. Hit the one in back. It's harder to hit. And had the higher health, so it's more likely to go down now. I know this one had the action, So I am gonna eat that. But now I have 2 corpses. 1 corpse. Money, money, money. Make Bane. And blood is fuel. Hit this Invigilator. It's gonna bleed out. And speaking of, jugular shot. Give money.
Success. So
Gonna fire, we're gonna take the onyx, gonna take the jade, we're gonna beast for the stress.
trick of the light.
I don't think I can take the money. Still. Alright. So I can do excellent hearing for 2. Or I can do ferocious web and up his debuff chance, which I haven't been using. Do I have any other prevent nighttime? I mean, I'm very actually tempted to do terrible night to get the guaranteed battle. So we'll see what I get. I'm actually probably not gonna do the prevent nighttime ambush if I'm being totally honest. I'm gonna do nature provides, give me food, and then I can get the prize skins there. So that's a full stack. Then we're gonna heal a little bit with the food. Take the extra. We're gonna Coven tactics for the speed, the crit, the damage. That's the entire party. Hunter's wit for the scouting chance. And I think that actually makes more sense. Alright, let's do it's going down, suffer 20% damage on 2 characters, but they get 25% damage. That's going to be on her and... Or did Belmus actually not take the damage? That's interesting. Once again, I have to kind of bring that up. And then Terrible Night. I know it guarantees a nighttime ambush, but essentially 3 extra battles after that, she gets extra damage. Where is my damage? Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Secrets and wonders can be
Maybe
found
it's...
in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
So she has a debuff if she's not in position 1. She doesn't have the damage. Belmus got the damage. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Blinding Knife to move back. I have to see if she actually gets something of a damage buff there. Moving back. I'm just gonna have everyone move back so she is in position 1 and doesn't get the damage debuff. So this was doing like how much before? Yeah, that, I mean, there we go. No, that's not actually doing too much. She should be doing 50% more damage, yeah? Because even on the Fungal Stag here, who has a 15% protection, she's only hitting about average of what Rip and Tear was doing. There we... No, I was doing it on blood is fuel. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense there. That against bleeding target, that is the right damage. It's just not showing for some reason correctly. Okay, yeah. We're fine, that's right. Just for some reason ain't showing. I think and it's not because there's too many buffs in the tray. Because obviously there's more there. And I've had longer lists. Bleeding for 4, bleeding for 2. Let's take out the artillery. I don't like the artillery. Bleeding for 6, it goes down to bleed. Blood is fuel. It goes down to crit. And then we'll Raptorial. Sorry about that. I just got very confused that it wasn't showing up, and I got a little concerned. And like, if it wasn't doing it properly, I was gonna write a bug report, as I sometimes do. And you know, it was working as intended. Got the worries too. Ah, hell. It's been a while since we found some mimics. Now they're appearing all the time. Alright, so let's defensive trap. Then we're going to blinding knife, moving back, lowering his accuracy. Big beast. Blood is fuel. Bleeding for 2. He's got 29 health left. So I mean, that's not bad at all. Done. So my bleeder is not going to bleed him. Eagle Eye for more damage. Raptorial. He's going to go down on next turn. Or, you know, from his attack because of riposte. Cool.
Merit, unless
now
be considered a virtue.
First of all, let's trade out the gold for the trapezohedrons. I'm gonna need the keys for a few things in here. Use the bandage. Trade the bandage out. I know there's things in here that can use the bandage, but they're lower priority. Trade out one of the food stacks for a stack of gold, even though I'm pretty sure I'm gonna trade that out later. But I have enough food for now, so I'd rather have the gold. No, actually, let's do this. Alright, let's go. Moving on up. I am in default order, okay. Damn, go ahead. More food, just what I need. Take the torch, leave the rest. Dig up bunnies.
Finding the
Sapphire and Onyx is awesome. We can leave the rest. That was worth it. I think this was a chest, so we can use a key, maybe get one back. I mean, we can take the torch. Use the torch, take the rest.
Of safety.
What was this? A little bit of de-stressing is always good.
And now, the darkness holds the
Probably just do that for now.
black as death.
Helps spawn the guy I want. I mean, I could dance with the torch, but it's just easier to manage for now. Got a trap, but no enemy. Give me more trapezohedrons, I believe. Jeez. Oy vey. Screw it. I can't get rid of those. I need them for the fog walls. Eat. Probably shooting myself in the foot here, but we can get this. Taking what we can. I maxed out on Jades. Wow. Give me a second here. I didn't realize I had another thing of food right there. You know what? We'll do this. Just 'cause I'm greedy. I knew the trap was there. I don't know why I went into the fight.
Nations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Can't move or have to pass. Well, defensive traps for now.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Blinding. At least it moves him back. Eagle Eye. Raptorial, one down. Back by 2. Now McBain can actually do something. Raptorial. No more actions on their side. Jugular. And there we go. I'd love to take the money, I really would.
Creatures can be felled, they can be beaten.
It's just, you know, getting rid of these supplies is probably stupid at this point. See, there goes my last shovel. If I run into another wall, I'm kind of screwed. I am going to go down to this battle just on the off chance it's the Basilisk. He got blood by shouting at me. Jugular shot him for that. And I think he's gonna... Oh, he almost bleeds out, not quite. Alright, well, Bloody Gus the Acolyte and a Scratcher. Defensive traps. You know, that is a scary combination if you just think of what is actually being looked at. Got this crazy woman with all these weapons riding this chainsaw beast, essentially. And now they're throwing bear traps around it? I would be very scared. Very, very scared. On top of 2 people with range support, essentially. Yeah, I would not want to mess with this team at all. The Basilisk I could maybe see. Just because it's hungry. Prey, you know, things like that, but... See if I can't get another skin. And then, there we go. You're gonna bleed out there, sir. I guess not, but Raptorial, you're down.
Obliterated.
Alright, skins first. Probably get 2. 4. Cool.
This
Anything else I can grab?
promises success.
Grab the money if I eat some of this food. Which is probably a stupid idea, but...
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
And then we have this truck here, and I see 2 more fights. The thing to remember here is... That looked kind of funny there for a second. We got the Chirurgeon again. I don't have to complete one of these room battles. Like, it says complete 100% of room battles, but I don't have to complete all the room battles now because of the Mimic battle I did. If things go super, super south, I am still going to do it if I can, but that is a thing to keep into consideration. Because the Mimic, for some reason, counts as a room battle. Should I blood his fuel? Because that does a lot more yes. Woodsman down.
The sharpened blade.
Alright, Eagle Eye. Raptorial onto Patient. And we'll see what we can do from here, but that's half the fight essentially down because I got a lucky crit. You know what? Let's heal. I haven't been healing very much. Then we'll blood his fuel onto the Chirurgeon, and he's almost down. Bleed takes him out. It's very rare for me to actually take him out before his ads. I feel kind of bad for that.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzy...
You know, I think it was Zot who told me that we... Oh, they sell for gold now. Okay. So we can't take these back anymore. They sell for 1,000 gold. Wow, really? They only sell for 1,000 gold? Something that... I understand why they don't want you to bring this back. They only sell for 1,000 gold, really. We're actually going to use that then because we have rabies, we have the worries, and we have tinnitus. How many diseases does this cure? 1. It cured the worries. And then I can't really take the gold, but cool. That was just a weird curiosity thing of it cures diseases. I have 3 diseases there on Beltmas. Alright, Eagle Eye. When I figured out what that dot was, it is her mode. So right now she's not in a mode. It's kind of hard to see depending upon like who she's standing by, but you can tell what mode she's in by that little dot. How's that for a riposte? Skin prey. Man, this one's profitable. As you can see now, there's normal mode is normal skull. Fun little things. Blood is fuel. Let's hit Scratcher. I think he goes down. Bet it was a crit, or I'd have another corpse. Suppose we can heal. Varsh isn't too bad at that. It's a pretty good support. Another 2 skins, another emerald.
Push on to the tasks.
I don't think I can really take much else there. Anti-venom the chest, so it's not a mimic.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
And what we can do is firewood here. Just gonna eat until we're full.
Close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companion.
We are once again I don't think I need to do this scouting thing here, but we're gonna nature provides. Getting some food, getting the skin, so I have 2 full stacks of this now. So we're in for a pretty payday. But what I will do is encourage for the stress, reminisce for party stress down, Coven tactics, and then encourage for stress again. Might get a nighttime ambush, it might be the thing I want.
The match is...
It is not.
A blazing star is born.
Light traps up.
Festering fear.
Imagine I'm getting bear trapped for yelling at someone. That would just be horrible. We're gonna go at the other thing that has a skin. Not sure how you can skin an ectoplasm. You do you, Varsh. And just because I want to skin these, because I'm a greedy little fellow. As long as I go before the Nymph. Skin prey. Thank you for the money. I'll see you later. Alright, we'll eat the food. Place this over here, do this jigamaroo, and there we go. Man, this inventory.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Can't heal anymore with that. Into the fight we go. I don't think the battle rooms themselves can be the basilisk. I think they do have to be the hallways. We're gonna bleed one of the acolytes in the back. You deserve that one. Eat that bear trap. Once again, they're floating. How are they getting bear trapped? But man, Varsh is going happy with those. Alright, feed our beast. I'm just gonna bloody gust these two. If I get the skins, I get the skins. Actually, I think I took too much bleed on that one, so it's gonna go away anyway. Same with the other acolyte. However, that being said, I at least can get one skin. I could have probably ended the fight there, but skin is skin.
Destroyed.
That was not a shot at all, so it couldn't have been a warning shot. I'm so tempted to calculate this out right now just to see what I'm gonna get. But we'll see what the rewards say. Because this is gonna be worth so much. Alright, bloody gust on these two. Jugular shot scratcher, just cause I can bleed it out that way. Then I can concussion the acolyte. Bear trap. Or defensive traps, I suppose, but concuss of you.
A decisive.
Alright, well, it doesn't look like I'm getting more skins. Because that 10 bleed there is a thing. And that's gonna take him out. And I mean, I have enough skins, I shouldn't be complaining. It's just, you know, funsies. There we go. Taking what we can. Can't believe I have a full stack of onyxes at this point. That's kind of rare for me. I actually can take the anti-venom. Didn't think about that. Alright, 2 more rooms and hallways to find this basilisk. I suppose I could search around for a little bit. We're just gonna move back. That way, McBain can actually do something. Bloody ghost. So one's gonna bleed out. Surprised he resisted. Probably gonna need to heal Samuel there, cause that's a little bad. Half health and 3 bleed. Really didn't get him. Did the lowest hit we could. Oh, I thought I hit the heal. A jugular shot. Really with the miss. Alright, he had an action, so he's down at least. Well, another one down. And he has 2 health. still. At least there is that. Yikes. There we go. I can't believe I'm getting a third stack of citrines. Like, really? Okay, so both of these are going to be battle rooms. That's... wow.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh.
I have 2 food checks left.
Purpose.
The idea I had is no longer gonna work. I was contemplating, after I did these 2 rooms, I was just gonna go back and forth between rooms until I found the basilisk. But 1, I'm running out of food. 2, I have an afflict now. That's probably not a great idea. Festering remains. Oh, because they can call the parasites. Right. Alright, so let's bleed the 1 in back. Resisted with 30, wow. Alright, let's Raptorial, get the little birdie. Who's the boss? Who's the big bad bird? Blood is fuel. Should take him out. Probably gonna get the parasite, I'm assuming. Really? Okay, just 1 in row 3 left then. And I'm assuming he's gonna have a parasite, especially with that dead meat there. We can Confusion Spores, maybe get him into row 1 or 2. Lead him. And down he goes. And check to see if he's anything. Got the parasite because, of course, because dead meat. And Raptorial, which hit for minimal again, but thankfully we had faster than the parasite, which has a 5 speed, which is a little ridiculous. And I didn't scout, so I don't know if I need any of this. So we'll leave it. Continue. Moving on. Bandit. At least her whistle's good. We're gonna Bloody Gust, bleeding both of them. Lovely. Defensive traps. Blinding Knife to hit the cutthroat. It probably bleeds out now, won't get a corpse, but that's fine. Lovely bleed on him. 8 bleed. And survey says 6 bleed. Let's take out the crack shot. Just because it's 1 less thing to deal with. And then blinding. 12 bleed, 12 health. Cool. Can pray. Give me that corpse. Raptorial Nature. He bleeds out. And then, of course, blood is fuel just for funsies.
Perhaps the turning point.
3 maxed stacks at 1,250 apiece. That makes me feel good. Now, unfortunately, that's going to end there. I'm not going all the way back to row 1. I did forget about this, though. Thought that was supposed to be a map. Anywho, that's gonna be that.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our
So,
woods.
survey says the 7,500 gold there. We got the chained heart for the rudiment again. There's a lot of prize skins. There was 24 total of them, and then a lot of the puzzling trapezohedrons. So grand total, 66,075 gold in treasure, bringing us to a grand total of 73,075 gold. Wow. Did get a lot of diseases that I need to get rid of. Hylomania on McBain, which we need to get rid of as well. Second Wind on Belmis, Lycophobia on Belmis. Automanophobia, which I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but stress versus humans. So, a lot of work to get done, but we got a lot of gold out of that.
I see something.
And we're officially on week 200. Or was that week 200? I forget. Anyway, McBain. Hylomania, get rid of that. Thank you. Belmis. Plus stress if torch above 75, but plus stress if torch below 26. This should be one of those things where, like, if he has one, he can't get the other, because I do believe I have that quirk thing where, like, certain quirks cancel each other out. That should be one of them, if you ask me. I'm going to start with getting the Creeping Cough off, which is minus 20% damage. From there, if all of these don't get removed, I'll get Rabies and then Tinnitus. It is maxed out, though, so who knows if one or more is going to get removed. Varsh, quite honestly, he has some work to do. That's because he's afflicted. So he's a base 20 at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of Tactless, then I'm going to get rid of Antsy, and I'm going to get rid of his diseases. Then I'm going to unafflict him. Samuel, just get rid of Rabies, just because I don't like the minus accuracy. Although he's one of the people who could do well with it. When I want him to hit, I want him to hit. And he isn't like a damaging character per se. At the Stagecoach, I don't think anyone here I need. Got the Ascetus still, right? Yep, okay. Nothing at the Nomad Wagon either. So the next dungeon is probably focused on... Actually, I still need them de-stressed. So never mind that thought. Still need to de-stress these two. So we're probably going to go into a veteran dungeon while I wait for these two to get de-stressed. After that, I'll probably be getting Baldwin and Whitlock to veterans. And after that, unless there's someone really key that I forgot about, I'll probably be focusing on veterans and up. And if people die from there, they die from there, getting people to veterans. And after I get everyone to veteran that is a veteran, I will be focusing pretty much exclusively on the champion content, getting the bosses that I haven't beaten yet, and finishing up the estate. That's kind of the plan. So that'll be it for this time. As always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.